Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I'm super excited to introduce you to this young lady. She is talented. She is an entrepreneur. She's also very patient because we've had a few reschedules. But I'm excited for Coach Roxy to come on the show. We're going to talk about what it means to take it to the next level, She's got some beauty products, I'll call it that. And that's probably old guys saying that. You're going to tell us more about that. But welcome to the show, Coach Roxy / Camelia Frink. How you doing today?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. I hope you are too.
I am doing fantastic, but they know all about me. I told you before we went live that the audience absolutely loves an origin story, and you've got a great one. So tell them a little bit, because it's not like one day you wake up and you say, I want to be in this industry. I want to be known as Coach Roxy.
Right.
So give us a little 411 on how all that transpired.
All right, so this will tell you a little bit about me. Back in 2016, I started my business. I started going and doing my own research, spending restless nights, couldn't stay going to sleep because I wanted to be a business owner. I wanted to be a full-time boss. Unfortunately, in 2016, it didn't take off like I thought it was going to, so I could be a full-time entrepreneur. So I had to keep doing research to find other ways to make sufficient income and make passive income so I could quit the 9-to-5. So long story short, I'm going to take it further into the pandemic. Shortly before the pandemic came involved, I started doing my research on the vending machine business. When I started doing my research on the vending machine business and I started seeing how much it's taking many people out the 9-to-5, I was like, this is where I need to be at. I need to stop playing and take action to this now. So I started doing more in-depth research, started locating vendors, started finding out what I need to do in order to locate places to put vending machines in, and how I needed to present myself to make it phenomenal. So I did all the research I needed to do, but I still kind of felt a little uncomfortable. So I decided to book this lady that I found on Instagram who had been in the business since for about 7 years herself with the vending machines. And so I was like, I don't have $5,000 really to invest, but I'm going to go ahead and take action and do it. So I made the investment into her class. And when I tell you I could have kept my $5,000, I really could have. But it's okay, though, because you just never know. I'm just being honest. You don't know. Literally everything that she was going over, I already had it in that notebook that I had spent restless nights writing in, doing my research on my own and for free, spending restless nights. So long story short, after I had that coaching call with her and coaching session for about 30 days, I took off from there. I started putting in my resumes and I started putting in my proposals and I started giving them all the background about me and my brand and how I started as just a beauty business owner. And I wanted to then put my products into vending machines and sell them at their locations. So when I reached out to my very first location, they took off and was ready for it. It wasn't no questions about it. None of that came about. They was like, this is something new. We never heard of it. Let's do it. So I made the contract with them. And from then it went on from there. It just started. I started reaching out to other locations and other locations started saying yes. And actually my first location, they actually reached out to another part because this was with Tanger Outlets. They reached out to another Tanger that was close by and told them what I was doing at theirs. And they was like, oh, well, we want in too. So I got into theirs and then it just went off from there. So long story short.
What's unique about your business?
What's unique about your business? What's unique about my business is that I had a medical diagnosis in 2012 where I started having seizures in my sleep. Never had seizures before in my life, but I started having them and I was with my significant other when I had my very first one. So needless to say, thank God he was there because I would have never knew I had it. He woke me up to tell me that I had a seizure and that we needed to go to the hospital. Well, because I didn't know I had the seizure, I'm going back and forth with him, telling him, no, I didn't. This is not true. I'm going back to sleep and so forth. So finally, I went ahead and went to the hospital. When I got there, they did a CAT scan, and the CAT scan came back normal. So they said there was nothing they could do, and to follow my primary care doctor in 3 to 4 days. So I did that, but it didn't stop there. I had another one in about 2 months after that one, and it just kept going. So finally, I had to locate my own doctor or specialist to get seen for some attention. So I
Wow.
finally located a neurologist who was willing to take me literally the same day I called to book the appointment after explaining what I had already been through. I went and had that done, and she found a spot on my brain in my left temporal that was causing the seizures.
Wow.
So she immediately put me on some medicine to stop them or definitely keep them from coming so close together. So, roughly 6 months later, I had a follow up. And with the follow up, there was a slight increase with that spot on my brain. So, she referred me to a higher level neurologist. Very first appointment there, he recommends surgery. Of course, I'm panicking
Of
because
course.
surgery on the brain, that's serious because you just don't know what the end result could be. But I told him that I wanted to take time and think about this. And he said that was fine because he said it wasn't that serious that he needed to take action right away. So, roughly about 9 months later, I just heard that voice telling me, I knew it was God telling me, it's okay. Take the surgery. I got you. You're going to be okay. So December the 2nd, 2015 is when I had the surgery. And from December the 2nd, 2015 to current, I am tumor free, seizure free, and no longer on the medicine.
That's
So that
amazing.
it is. And that's what motivated me to stop procrastinating with the business and go for it and go after it.
I
Chase
think a
my
lot of people
dreams.
do. They procrastinate. It's interesting because a lot of times it takes a catalyst like that to get you to get out of your comfort zone. I love the little story you told earlier about how you paid that money for a woman to tell you the things you already knew. And I think a
Yes.
lot of us do that because we just are so afraid to get out of our comfort zone. We're afraid to get out of those nine dots we're used to. We've convinced ourselves that you still need to do more research. I still don't have it all down. And honestly, for most people who are entrepreneurs, they don't have it when they take the leap. They have a basics, but you don't know all the pitfalls and all the things that you're going to have to deal with. So you have to have faith, which you obviously did. But I love that story because
Yes.
I've done the same thing. I'm like, why did I just pay this person to tell me exactly what I already knew?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but sometimes that's the added. It's the same when people read books. I'm reading another great book, Ted. Well, that's the 900th book you've read on the exact same topic, and you still haven't done anything. Why? You're not
Right.
going to learn it by osmosis. It's not going to happen automatically. You're ready. You're just not letting yourself be ready. So tell them about the products you have. Tell them about Next Level Beauty.
All right, so my products that I have weave, also known as hair extensions, where I sell bundles where you can get sew-ins done. And I also sell wigs so that you can just have that put on and just go on about your business. You don't have to worry about, sitting down for the long sew-ins or glue-ins and that sort of thing. I also have my own hair care product. Currently, I have Edge Tamer. That's edge control where you're able to lay your edges down and last 24 hours, no flaking, no white residue, and it actually has an oil in it that helps your edges grow as well. So in 2023, I'll actually be launching a whole hair care line where it be the shampoo, conditioner, the spritz, the curling jelly, and so forth and so on. I just want to add a little bit more to it because I'm going to go big and strong with the beauty part as a whole. And then on the other side of things, I'm also a business coach. I specialize heavy in the vending machine business. So if you're looking to start a vending machine business, I'm your coach. I got you covered on all that. I can tell you everything that I learned in that notebook that I didn't have to pay that $5,000 for and for a more affordable cost. I definitely learned along the road that, sometimes people don't have that type of money to invest. And although I had it in my 401k, I could have saved that for something else, for another rainy day. But long story short, when you're willing to take sacrifices and make those chances, you're going to do it because that's what you want to do. But anyways, that's what got me to where I am today, to be this full-time entrepreneur and no longer working a 9 to 5 that I love so good.
See, what I love. I think vending machines are such a fascinating business to me because I do know people. I know a lot more people than I think people realize are in that. They have figured out how to commit the time. But tell people a little bit about vending machines. Give them a little coach 101 if you don't mind. Is it hard to get into? Is it a ton of money? How do you just give them a tip or two because I think there are a lot of people who would benefit from understanding how to get into vending machines. And then, of course, if you give them a tip or two, I'm hoping that they will utilize you as their coach.
Absolutely. So the startup cost to get a vending machine business is really not that much, especially whenever you're going for snacks and drinks. You can start a snack or drink vending machine for less than $2,000. Literally, you can find vending machines on places like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, or Craigslist. But above the three, my favorite is OfferUp. Never have I not found a vending machine for myself or my customers and clients for less than $1,000. I've even found a couple of people a vending machine for $650. That's how good it is to find them on OfferUp.
Wow.
Yes.
And
yes.
do you have to know what products? And I don't want to give away all the secrets, because I want people to reach out to you. But I think people say, well, vending machines, that's great. Yes, I use them. I use them at work. I've used them at a hospital. I've used them at offices. All of those things. But there's so many different kinds of vending machines.
Yes, it is. So snack vending machines and drink vending machines are the easiest to start up, especially if you don't already have a business or you don't have a focus on a certain product to place in a vending machine. Like myself, I have beauty vending machines. So in mine, I have eyelashes and the accessories that go with them to take care of everything quick on the go. So I have eyeshadow palettes. I have the tools to put the eyelashes on right away and so forth. So, but with the snack and drink vending machines, you can easily start those for less than $2,000. And you can always find a location. There's places that's always wanting a snack or drink vending machine.
That's true.
Yes.
I just love the fact that your product, though, in your vending machines is different. I think that when people think of vending machines, they think of the sodas, Coke, Pepsi, whatever, or they think of the crackers and the stuff that you get, or the candy bars, all the junk.
Right.
But I know I saw a vending machine in Miami where it was champagne.
Yes.
So if you have a product and you know there's a demand for it, and I love the fact that there's beauty. I think that what you're doing and your products, putting that in there is so unique. No wonder you have the response that you have from those businesses.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It definitely was a game changer. And like I said, it took me out the 9 to 5. I know everybody is not want to be a business owner, 100%, and that's fine. But this is a great stream of passive income and creating generational wealth for your kids. Because let's just say you don't want to do it, but you want to start something for your kids. You can start them with a candy vending machine, a gumball vending machine, even a snack vending machine. And it's something very small that you don't have to worry about dealing with public, because some people are not, don't like dealing with the public. That's something you'll do before operating hours, and you're in and out. And it's less work, less time commitment.
I love what you said about kids, though. I think it's a great way to teach them to be entrepreneurial. You have to keep track of it. So you have inventory. You have to make sure everything's in there. You have to check on your customers. I love it's got a great basic entrepreneurial skills built into it if you set it up correctly. One of my biggest pet peeves on vending machines is the ones that I feel like they're from the 1970s. They don't take a credit card, because there's been many times where I've been dying for whatever's in that vending machine and I don't have any change, or I don't have a dollar bill, or and so I love that when I can just put my credit card up there and it can go. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, that's why I tell everybody to, if they don't want me to find a vending machine for them, make sure they follow the steps in my ebook. I do sell an ebook where you can do it yourself. And it gives you all the questions you need to ask sellers, everything that you need to look for when you're buying these machines, because the biggest thing that you don't want to do is buy a machine without a credit card reader spot. That's the biggest mistake ever. Because even if you don't have a credit card that you're trying to use or a debit card, you want to use that phone. And if you have a card reader, you can definitely use tap and pay with most card readers.
Yes, agreed. All right, Coach Roxy, tell everybody how they can find out more about your business, about your products, about your ebook, about your coaching. What's the best way for them to reach you?
The best way for them to reach me is definitely follow me on social media. If you want to follow me on Facebook, that is Roxy, or To the Next Level. And then I'm also on TikTok. You can't leave out TikTok. On there, you can reach me by following Vending Queen Coach. I am your Vending Queen Coach.
You are the Vending Queen Coach.
I am definitely that. Like I said, that is my strong go-to right now. I mean, it's geared to take over the world. Seriously, though.
I love that. I love your energy. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs, people are thinking about this. COVID, I think, really forced people to go, I really want to reevaluate what I'm doing. And so I love when guests like you come on and share your story. It's unique. And I guarantee you there are people out there who have been thinking about it, maybe read about it, didn't really know how to get into it, maybe spent the 5,000 on this class to hear exactly what they already knew.
Right.
But I want people to reach out to you, Coach Roxy. Make sure you find her on social media. I'll tag her on everything, and you can always reach out to me. I'll get you to her. If you are thinking about a business, this is an amazing opportunity, and I think a lot of people are trying to figure out how to get out of that crazy rat race of the 9 to 5 and working for somebody else all the time.
Right.
So you just have a great spirit. I'm so thankful you
Thank
came
you.
on the show. All right, guys, reach out to Coach Roxy. You can go to nextlevel-beauty.com or on social media. You're going to be able to find her everywhere. I'll definitely tag her TikTok. I'm on TikTok too, so we'll make sure you guys get that. Thanks so much for being on the show. You're amazing.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. Merry Christmas, Coach Roxy. We will
Merry
see you
Christmas,
guys
Ted.
soon. Bye, everybody. We'll